So I've taken my plasma TV off the wall. I'd like to start the video this way just to show you. I had briefly talked about this guy and when I was talking about how much electricity my tube TVs use. And I'd be curious to know in the comments if anybody knows like what would cause a plasma to use more electricity. Like are we talking like if you're watching like a show on TV or DVD, it's only running at 30 FPS? So would that be what's using less electricity, or does it just have to do with the brightness and contrast crank to max and whatever? But typical power usage, 67 watts. I believe this guy's a 2013. I'm almost certain of it. It might say 2012. I actually don't see. I'm pretty sure I bought this in 2013 though, because they didn't make one after this. It's a 720p plasma TV. Let's just take a quick look at the outputs this guy has. So you only get the 5 there for component. You could hook up a Wii to it, like if you had the composite cable, the yellow, red, and white, if you wanted to. And then you got 2 HDMI's there, which isn't a lot compared to like today's standards, where you get a flat screen and you get like 4 or 8 hookups. I don't know if they come with 8, but anyways, that USB port there is really cool because you can actually plug in movie files to it. And it has its own movie player on it. That's kind of neat. And then this guy, you could put in a sound bar if you wanted to. It's not hard to do. Like honestly, I have this pretty similar model upstairs. I got a 2012 up in the living room upstairs, and that guy has a sound bar hooked up to it. But let's get it back on the wall, and I'll present my case for owning a plasma TV in 2022. So my case for plasma TV, owning one in 2022, is mostly I got my gaming PC there, and I got Manjaro on here, which is a version of Linux, and yeah, like I think when you're playing 60 FPS games and you don't care too much about like input lag is not critical, for example, and you want like very smooth motion, this just mops the floor. Like the motion on this will be way smoother than any high refresh rate LED. Like I've got a 240 hertz over there, which this guy I do use for my PC, and I got another 240 hertz over there. But yeah, for that, and for let's see if I got it over here, for Blu-ray DVDs, because this is which is kind of funny. I don't collect Blu-ray DVDs yet. I prefer like regular DVDs, which I watch on that HD CRT because I think it gives a better picture than this plasma. This is like one of the best images I've ever seen in my life, like to the level of like OLED quality for sure. But yeah, we'll boot up a game here and I'll show you what I'm talking about. We'll put up Ninja Turtles for the, well, I guess it's for everything. I own it on the Switch. I'll pull it down here and I'll show you. This Ninja Turtles, but I'll show you the PC version and we'll put it up here because yeah, this physical didn't come out till quite a bit later. I forget, it was like 3 or 4 months, but yeah, let's boot up Ninja Turtles on here and I'll show you how fantastic it looks. Okay, I got the level. Here we go. This is TMNT PC version. Took me a little bit to get it working. I'm out of practice for Linux. I've been playing a lot of retro console games. But I would argue that this level, and there's another level like this when you're up in the sky, would be the reason why you would want to play it on a plasma TV, because that motion, look how like not blurry that is compared to if you played this on, say, I believe this game on PC runs on cap, because I can run this game at 240 hertz refresh rate on my LED monitor, and that would be beneficial for low input lag. But just look at that image there. That's perfect right there. Like I said though, like I could hook up my Nintendo Switch and play it at 60 FPS, but I have actually played it on my gaming monitor at 240, and the input lag, it's pretty amazing. It's pretty low input lag. But if you take a look at the top left there, you can see that this game doesn't like take any resources on let's see, on the GPU, and plasma TVs are only 60 FPS, so but that, honestly, that is not a problem. That makes it amazing because the image kind of looks like 600 FPS, if such a thing. You don't get like obviously you're not getting the benefits of low input lag but visually what you're looking at, you're not getting a blurry image, and it looks so fantastic. Forgot about this guy. So this would be a better example, in my opinion, of a game that you would want to run on your PC with. Yeah, I don't have my controller hooked up. So a cool thing is I've run my Switch Pro controller here. I actually find it better than like the PS4 or the Xbox controller. But the cool thing about this Crash game and running it on your PC is this is the best version and the best way to play Crash. Yes, I get it. It's not the... I own the physical of this too, I believe. I thought I did. It's somewhere. Yeah, right here. It was funny because I had bought this version and then I realized I watched a Digital Foundry video, and the version on PC actually runs at 60 FPS, which the motion on this then makes it bar none the best version, because the physical editions all run at 30. Which seems strange to me because, like, this is not a high requirement game. I don't see why they couldn't, like, maybe the PS4 Pro and the Xbox X at the time, why they couldn't make them 60 FPS. So, yeah, I had to get this version on PC, but it's just fantastic. It looks beautiful. So there can be some downsides to plasma TVs. I guess the biggest concern would be burn-in, and I got to admit that a lot of people don't treat their plasma TVs good, so it can be hard to find one. I would recommend, like, if you're going to like pick one up used somewhere, you try to buy 2013 model, because that's like the last model, so you get a new one, but then you're going to probably want to put it on a white screen so you can see if there's any artifacts. And generally speaking, I normally run my plasma TV at everything half, generally speaking. If you were in a bright room, though, that would also not be an ideal situation for a plasma TV. You're going to want it in your man cave, in a low lit room, or you're going to want blackout curtains, because they're not like LED. They just don't get bright enough. But like the advantages, so now it's a little dim, but it's so fantastic. And like I said, they have their pros and cons. Like, it doesn't have as good motion clarity as this HD CRT, but I believe it's equivalent to 600 hertz or 600 hertz on an LED screen, the way that it handles, because it has like a technology where it's not like flicker like the CRT, but I think it is kind of similar. If somebody understands how that works in the comments, it'd be super cool to know. Like, I don't actually know like how it achieves that, but I know it is some sort of, it's not like black frame insertion, but it's something similar to like the CRT. That's why it can give such incredible motion. But you can get these things for super cheap. Go on Facebook Marketplace, go on Kijiji. That guy there, I paid 120, something like that, $100. These guys, I actually bought them brand new when they came out in 2013, and they were $3.99 Canadian each. So to my understanding, I don't think I have burn-in with them or anything like that. Like, realistically, you don't want to leave it on a static screen, I suppose. But if you keep the brightness down, like I've ran it at like middle brightness, like 50 brightness, almost its entire life. So the risk is not, it's probably more of a risk running this. Like, the chances of burn-in, I would imagine, are higher on this than on a CRT, and probably even like, it's probably worse with this for an OLED, but I've had no issues with any of them. I think this guy it doesn't have burn-in, but it kind of has some minor, like a little bit, you can see it on a black screen, but it doesn't bother me. I think the last time I used that guy, I beat Super Metroid on it. But yeah, I hope I presented a really good case for, especially if you have games that are tied to 60 FPS, like it doesn't go higher, like Bandicoot, which there's tons of PC games like this. You get something on 60 FPS on a plasma screen, it's going to be the greatest image like you've ever seen. Like, it'll be up there. Not as good as this guy, I don't think, but it's still pretty amazing. Anyways, that's my case for a plasma TV in 2022. Have a good day.